Alright, so this is going to be a breakdown and tutorial of how to install FiveM ready weapons into Ox inventory. So we'll start off with the two weapons that we're going to use today. If they're zipped up, you're going to unzip them. And put them on your desktop. Now, always make sure your files are never doubled up. What I mean by that is you want to be able to see the meta stream and the rest of the files right away. If you see another file that basically goes into another folder just like this, that means it's doubled up and it will not stream, it will not work correctly. So, next, we need to make sure that when we open our server, we have a guns folder. If you don't have a guns folder, very simple, right click, new folder, make sure to put the two brackets on each end and name it whatever you like. You can name it one of one guns, add-on, whatever. It's whatever you want to name it. Next, you need to make sure that this folder is insured in your CFG. This is your CFG. You want to make sure the exact name is insured. If it's not insured, it will not work. So you need to make sure to do that as well. Save, and then obviously you can close this window. Next, you want to open up the gun folder, drag the two files, put them in your gun folder. These are the spawn code names. You always want to make sure that when you're dealing with Ox, it's in all capitals like this, and you can see the exact spawn code. Some people don't put their, weapon spawn code as the file itself, but in my opinion, this is the best way to do it. So it's as easy as possible. So next, you will go to your Ox folder. You will go to Ox inventory. You will go to data, and then you come down here to weapons. So as you can see, this opens up like this. These are all the weapons that's inside the server. And as you can see, all weapons start off with weapon underscore and then the file name. So you always want to make sure this is in all capitals. If this is not in all capitals, it will not work. So I'm going to show you two different methods. I'm going to show you how to add a new line, and I'm going to just show you how you can replace. Same thing, no different. Really whatever is easiest for you. So we'll come back over here, go back into our guns folder, find the two guns that we just added, which is this one and this one. So I'm going to just show you how to replace. If that's easier for you, you'll just copy the name, or you can come in here and open up the inventory install, which we'll do real quick. So same thing, it has all the information. You can copy and paste this, but be mindful, if you paste it wrong or you mess up a comma or whatever, you will break your inventory and it will not work. So you want to make sure to do this correctly. So copy the name, come back to your weapons Lua. I'm just going to show you the replace method. You can double click this, paste, it replaces the name, and then we go back to inventory. We can copy the label. Now be mindful, label can be anything you want to call it. It don't have to be anything specific. You literally can name this anything. We'll paste the label there. As you can see, it's properly in there within the two. So make sure that's in there. Weight, completely up to you. Durability, same thing, completely up to you. And then ammo type, anything that you have as a ammo inside of your server, you just change it, update it, whatever you want it to be, but it needs to be the exact name of the ammo type within your server. But for this one, we'll leave this one alone. Then I'll show you guys how to add a whole new line. So what I like to do is I like to copy from this bracket down to this, comma, and it has to be exactly like this. Anything more, anything less, you could potentially mess up. So Control C to copy, hit 1. I mean just click on the screen, sorry, and then hit enter, and and then Control V to paste. And as you can see, it looks exactly like the one above. Nothing looks out of place. Everything looks exactly like it should. Now we'll install the other weapon. We can close out of this one. Come back to this one. Here's number 2. We'll open that inventory. We'll grab the spawn code name. Control C. Come over here to the one we just made. We can replace it with 2. And then obviously this one has a different label. So we'll copy this. And then we'll paste it here. Again, we'll leave the weight, the durability, and the ammo type itself alone. But this right here is how you would put it into your weapons Lua and Ox inventory. And then obviously you need to save. Visual Studio Code is what I'm using. I do not like using the notepad. I do not like using anything that does not show the colors like this, as this makes it a lot easier to see when you make an error or if something is out of place. So Visual Studio Code is what you should use. So now that we're done with that, we can close this, we can close this, we can close this because we've already inserted our folder. Next is the weapon images. So what I like to do is I like to copy, so I can leave the original file still in there just in case. Put it on my desktop. We'll go get the other weapon image, copy, paste. They go both right there. So these will go inside your Ox inventory, your web, and then images. And all you're gonna do is drag them in. As you can see, they're in the images folder. Once we're done with that, now we can start the server up and we can see the results. So we'll give that some time to start up. Another thing is you can add as many weapons as you want. It all just depends. I think there's a certain limit of like 250 or something like that, maybe a little less. But you also want to be mindful of that as well. Gun packs are installed a little differently. You can do them all individual as well. Really just depends on your expertise of how you move files around, and if you know how to move files around. So you always want to make sure you're doing that correctly. But while this continues to load up, we'll walk through it again. We'll go to Ox, Inventory, Data, and then Weapons. And again, some key factors. Capitalization matters. Label, this does not matter. You can name it anything you want. We can name this yellow gun, blah blah blah, or you don't have to go based off the label that is actually in the inventory install. Same thing with the weight. If you want them to be heavier to take up more inventory, that's another option. Same thing with durability. If you wanted to break faster, you would increase this number going up. If you wanted to not break at all, then you would want to change this number to zeros, and it'll never break, or it will take ages to break. So those are some other tips. Alright, so we're all loaded up. We'll start the server. Oh, another thing I like to do is copy the name, so that way whenever I spawn the gun in. So we'll let this do its thing. And we're starting it up. While that does its thing, you can get weapons from my Tebex, from my website. All of them are set up for Ox. Very simple install. This will show you guys exactly what you're doing. So, not very difficult, not very hard. So, obviously, once you are in your server, there's different ways you can spawn them. You can put them in a shop. You can put them in gun store, whatever is your option, but this is just how you would do it if you're an admin and you're giving yourself the gun. So you'll do give item. Obviously, whatever your player ID is, I'm going to be 1. You paste the gun name, and you just hit enter. And as you can see, it gave me 1. We're gonna go ahead and pull out the second one. Oh, sorry. We're gonna pull that out. We'll give ourselves a second one since the other one's just V2. As you can see, it gave us a second one. I'm going first person to check this out. As you can see, it fully spawns the gun in. And then here goes. Oops. It's not even in the right spot. We'll replace that right there. And we'll spawn the other one out. Very simple. Very easy. Again, you would just give yourself ammo 9, or you can just set the ammo. That's it. More tutorials and tricks coming soon.